Folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for Peel and Durham region for week ending May 11th, 2022. Title of this video is Prices Are Deflating, and we've had other titles where the gains of January, February are lost and prices are down 200,000-300,000, all sorts of things like that we've been saying, and prices are coming down. Prices are softer than what they were before. I'm getting sellers calling me in a panic, freaking out that, oh my God, I got to sell, I don't want prices to go lower. And we talk with them, and they've owned their home for like 10 years or more, and they're focused on this peak right at the top, but they've got a mountain of gain that they've made. And once you put all that in perspective and you make them understand the process and the price that they'd be getting if they're on the market now is still really, really, really good compared to just last year. And so, it's not a terrible, terrible situation that we're in right now with prices. And if you're looking to buy, you've got more choices now than ever before. Buyers we're working with are having fun now that they weren't having so much fun trying to buy in January, February. Look, I don't know if selling and buying is right for you. If it is, one thing's for sure. The experience, whether it's a smooth process or not, whether you're enjoying the experience, whether you have fun in the experience, a lot of that has to do with which realtor you're working with. Who you hire matters in any market, and in some markets, like this one, way more than others. If this video can help somebody please pass it along. Let's get into the numbers. If you want to speak with me personally about your real estate situation, selling, buying, we've made it really simple. Below this video in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you. This way I'll know ahead of time, and I'll make sure my schedule's organized so I can have the time to talk to you about whatever's on your mind. Let's get into the numbers. Okay, so here's a quick summary. I have on the board here for detached properties only for Mississauga, for Brampton, and for Durham. Now for Durham, I'm using Pickering, Ajax, Whitby as my Durham sample. And you can see here, prices 3 months ago were up here. Now they're all kind of sloped down. Mississauga, of the three areas that I'm showing here now, Mississauga has kind of come down the least, but Brampton, Durham, big drops. Let's get into the actual numbers here. So Mississauga, detached properties, I have a whole year here broken down by week. Last week, for week ending May 11th, 48 detached properties were sold, and 8 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price has come down to $1,756,000. Getting back to sales, 48, 50, it's kind of been like that, those kind of numbers now for about a month. Those sales aren't that high. Sales are way down, and I'll get into the sales when I just focus on the sales. 8 of them selling at $2 million or more is much less than what we normally would be selling in Mississauga at $2 million or more. And as a consequence of that, average sold price is lower, but overall average sold price is coming down. If we kind of look back here, we used to be a year ago 1.5, 1.6. We're now 1.7.5, 1.8, so we're higher, but we peaked at just over $2 million. And now it's come down. It's almost like an elevator, kind of came down, steady for a little bit, high 1.8, 1.9. Now it's come down a bit, high 1.7, 1.8, and it's kind of been steady there for a while. If we take a closer look, we could see over 3 months we were 1.8, 1.9, and now we're kind of 1.7.5. Where the current average sold price is 5% higher than last year's average sold price. The gap used to be much bigger, 18, 19, 20. Now it's at 5% higher than last year. Last year at this time we sold 18 properties at $2 million or more. This year we sold 8. So there's a big difference there. We see that fluctuation with the amount of properties selling at $2 million or more really affecting the average sold price, naturally, right? So let's look at the median price. What's happened to that? Well, 3 months ago we were sitting around just over 1.7. Now we're at high 1.5, low 1.6. So there's been about $100,000 drop there. Median price, however, is 16% higher than what it was a year ago. So, yeah, we're lower than we were a few months ago, much higher than what we were last year. This is kind of what I was explaining earlier. There's been a ton of gain over the last few years. What happened a couple months ago, that's gone. We can't do nothing about that now. When we look at the 48 sales, less than half, 46% of those sold at list price or more. Year-to-date sales, however, if we look January 1st to May 11th and compare year over year, we're doing 37% less sales this year than what we did last year. 37% less sales is a significant amount of less sales year over year. Listings are up. They've been going up actually each week now for a month. The orange is this year's listings, the blue is last year's. So listings have been increasing. That adds to more properties on the market. Active listings is higher. If sales go up, active listings will come down. But sales isn't really changing. It's low. Listings are higher. Overall, year to date, we're listing 17% less properties this year than what we listed last year. And because listings are up, sales is kind of the same. It's flat. It hasn't really chewed up and eaten and bought these listings that are going up. Months of inventory is now sitting at 1.8, and you can kind of see it if I step back here. February 0.4, and it's been climbing. It's now sitting at 1.8 months of inventory. Average days on market is 11. Let's look at Brampton. We sold 82 detached properties in Brampton, and for the last 4 or 5 weeks, it's been around 80 a week being sold. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price is down slightly from the previous week. It's now sitting at $1,344,000. And if you just look at the graph here, or the chart, sorry, average sold price shot way up to 1,658, 1,658,000, and as fast as you put air in the balloon, and it's coming out just as fast. So there's the one spot here that lots of people missed out on that are thinking about going onto the market now as far as selling goes, but you're still way ahead. The 1,344,000 is 10% higher than where prices were last year, and last year was a record year from the previous year. So you're not doing too bad still. If we look at median price is 10% higher than what it was last year. And if you kind of, really look at this chart here, this is just over the span of 3 months, you can see how quickly average sold prices are dropping, including median price is dropping. The median price is now $1,275,000. Of the 82 that sold, 60% sold at list price or more. We used to be in the 90s selling at list price, 90 percentile selling at list price or more. Now it's down to 60. We are 39% less sales this year to date than last year. A huge chunk of activity is missing this year that was there last year. Listings actually over the last 3 weeks have been dropping week by week, and months of inventory has stayed the same, now sitting at 1.5 months of inventory. And average days on market is 12. Let's look at the Durham region. So remember, I'm doing Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby as my Durham sample. We sold 70 detached properties, and that's kind of been the same now, or very close, over the last 2 months. Every single week, around 70, 75. Average sold price is sitting at $1,215,000. We went up, and now it's coming down just as fast, actually, if not faster, on the way down. $1,215,000. is 10% higher than what it was last year. Let's look at the median price. Median price is 13% higher than what it was last year. And if you step back and look at the last 3 months from February 9th to May 11th, I mean, average sold price is the orange, median is the burgundy. You could see it coming down quick. Median price is $1,149,000 for week ending May 11th. Of the 70 that sold, 83% sold at list price or more. So it's still very competitive. I mean, 83% is a big number. Year-to-date sales, 31% lower than last year's sales year-to-date. Listings are 9% lower, and months of inventory has stayed the same as last week at 0.9 months of inventory. That's the detached market. Let's look at condos. Now, this is just for Peel region. We sold 44 condos last week for week ending May 11th. Sales for condos for the last month and a half has been dropping every week, basically. Average sold price is now $668,000. I remember being in the market looking for our buyers and looking for condos, and we spoke, and it was incredible how quickly prices just went up and how competitive it got so fast. And now some air's come out of that balloon. It's just deflated a bit. $668,000 is the average sold price, is 18% higher than what was a year ago. So I'm trying to give you all the angles here. Whether buying or selling is right for you, that's another question. But just putting everything in perspective and telling you exactly what's happening. We're lower than we were a few months ago, way higher still than where we were a year ago. 18% higher. Looking at median price and average sold price is basically the same. Median price is 13% higher than what it was a year ago. As far as sales year to date, we're 18% less sales, and 57% of the condos in Peel region are selling at list price or more. Listings are actually up 5% year to date, and months of inventory is 2.1 months of inventory. So you could see when I said it went up and it's coming down just as fast, well, you could see what's happening with months of inventory. We're now sitting at 2.1. We used to be February 9th, we're at 0.1, 0.2, 0.2, but now it's at 2.1. It's a completely different world right now as far as the real estate market goes from January, February to today. You know the months of inventory, it's climbing or staying the same. It's not like it was before. If buying or selling is right for you, that's a decision that has to be made on a per person basis. There's no one answer that fits all. If you feel we could help, reach out to us. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.